I've seen a lot of people talk about this new Awakening Boost event that has started today and whether or not it is bait. And I wanted to answer that question. Also looking at what are the different options that could possibly come up in the next couple of weeks. We know there's a deck of fate coming for a guaranteed Freya, one of the new Asgardians. So in this video, I want to look at all the different options you've got, the risks that you have with summoning, and what we're going to do then is summon my Soulstones based on that outcome. Now, why are people saying this could be bait? Well, typically whenever we get a deck of fate events, and we've already seen in the news report for the Asgardians, if they kind of have it still here, which they might not because they seem to have got rid of some of it. But in the Asgardian news that they had when they released it, they said that Freya would be available as a guaranteed champion in a deck of fate events. And we've seen previous deck of fate events that are either a combination of dungeon divers, artifact enhancement. It could also be training events. It could be a shard summoning, which is quite often the case, you know, summoning your shards, which is normally a summon rush. Sometimes it does have soul summoning. Now, I've never really seen it to be exclusively soul summoning because souls, you need quite a lot to get anywhere near enough points and you don't earn enough of them, right? If you think that it's kind of like equivalent to a summon rush, you need eternal soulstones, and for most people, getting eternal soulstone is a lot of time and effort, whereas you can get a good amount of sacred shards so long as you're doing Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. So I don't think we'll ever see a situation where all it is all dependent on soul summoning. And if it is the case, I would imagine the engagement with that is going to be so low they'll never do it again. So that's one risk to kind of like alleviate. What will the Deck of Fate event be? I'm 90% certain it's going to be Summon Rush. And the reason why I'm 90% certain, it is because they've basically created this fusion schedule to have 2 summon rushes almost back to back, right? We've just had the champion chase. We're going to get a summon rush right on the 13th to the 16th and a bonus summon rush just towards the end, the last kind of event that's going to happen. They're going to add a summon rush as well. So I'm expecting them to kind of do a summon rush deck of fate events if you want to get the Freya. Now, a lot of people actually are quite right in saying, if you're a developed account like myself, Freya isn't really offering much that a standard cleanse plus block debuffs or say a Valkyrie or someone like a Brogni or someone of that nature is going to give you, right? They're going to give you pretty good, equally strong abilities. There's not much unique about her. This passive's biggest flaw is that I think multi-hit champions will just kill through it. So it's not as powerful as it sounds, you know, and you can only really get the instant hit if you would to kill someone. Now it's going to be quite handy in something like Hydra if something absolutely goes wrong. You can keep your squishiest champion alive, but it's pretty weak. So she's not exactly the craziest champion to chase either. So there's 2 things to consider about whether this is bait. First thing, if you summon your Soulstones right now, will you lose out in the Deck of Fate? I don't think so. I think there's a bigger risk of you using the Sacred Shards on the later summon rushes of the fusion, specifically the last summon rush. That's bait. That to me is where a lot of the if you want Freya, that's where you're going to lose her. It's not going to be with these Soulstones. That being said, let's also remember that the type of stone when it comes to summoning is going to matter, right? When we have a soul chase tournament, which is on right now, actually the stone doesn't matter, the quality of the soul does. The higher this quality of the soul, the more points you get. It's like a champion chase. If you pull a champion, it's a void, you get points. It doesn't really matter whether you open a sacred shard or a void shard. It's about the quality of the champion legendaries getting you the most points. And that is similar here with this soul chase. But the actual Deck of Fate event will not be about the soul you pull. It will be about the stone that you open. And it means that these stones and these stones are significantly more valuable than these stones. I think if you think about it, it'll be around about 40 to 50 of these mortal soul stones will equal one of these. So I definitely wouldn't pull this, and even though this is on an Awakening boost, it's only like 6-star, I wouldn't pull these. I would save these 2. So that is my advice and guidance to you about whether this is bait. I actually think you will get more value from pulling on a ×2 for 5 to 6 with your Mortal Soulstones than saving it for a Freya Deck of Fate events, because even these Mortal Soulstones won't add up to many points. And also, I think it will be predominantly done with Champion Shard pulling. So with that being said, let's have a look what I've got available. I've been doing some Iron Twins lately and just, you know, chipping away at it. I don't really focus on it as much since the Maris missions, but I have been able to accumulate quite a lot of these coins. You pick it up as well from Centranos and lots of different areas. So it's put me on 91 stones, which is pretty healthy. I am going to pull these right now, but I'm going to keep these for any future deck event. I don't really see the value in pulling those. So we're going to see what we're going to get. One of the key things I'm chasing right now is Legate, Teox, and Marius souls. I've got one more stone soul to get for Marius, which is the 4-star. Then I'm pretty happy. I don't really care about the 5 or 6 with him. I just want the crit damage. Teox, I want the crit damage. So I'm looking for, I think he's only 1-star at the moment. So the 2-star and the 4-stars are massive damage upgrade for Teox as well. So these are the ones that I'm kind of looking for. Narcissus is kind of like my most used arena champion right now. So that makes sense. So with that being said, I guess let's pull away. We've got a bit of storage, thankfully, but I do have a little tool coming out in the optimizer soon to help people with soul storage. So that'll be interesting. It'll be very valuable for me. What do we got here? A 4-star Trigger. Nobody really wants that. That is really not what we're after. 5-star Slasher. These are not champions we want to see. It'd be great if I could get some legendary upgrades. Talk about legendary. What are we going to get? 3-star Black Knight. Pretty good for Koldath. Very good for Koldath. 2-star Rotus. I think I already have a 2-star Rotus, so that's not an improvement. But Black Knight is one of the best provokers for Koldath because he gives you some healing. He's a very, very strong A1 provoker. 4-star Coldheart. Pretty nice as well. What else we got going on here then? Let's see. We've got a 2-star Vergis. Mythical. It's going to be a 1-star for Olney. That'll go to all the other mythical souls that I don't have a champion for because I only ever had one, which is Garrel. We have a 1-star Yakal that is not going to move many mountains. And we have a 1-star Warden. Not really hitting the 5 and 6-star rates just yet of anything big. You know, we'll probably hit a lot of 5-star rares knowing my luck. But normally whenever I do this type of event, I come away with at least one reasonably good upgrade. So that's what I'm hoping for. I don't really expect much, just so long as I get one. So we're already up to 50. We've kind of run out of storage here, so I'm going to have to just clear some storage quickly. So we've cleared some space out. We've got another 51 to go. Let's see if we can get anything else to add to our collection. At the end of this, we'll have a look at what we can upgrade as well from my current champions. As a legendary, it is a 2-star Teox. Yes, we've hit one of the goals. That is one of the meaningful goals. The reason why 2-star is such a big deal is you get 700, I think it's 750 attack, which is a huge amount of damage for someone like Teox in sort of Hydra and anything. There's a massive, massive upgrade. Like I said, I always get at least one good, meaningful update. It doesn't necessarily break the bank, but that is a huge upgrade for all of my teams that I'm using right now. So that is great. I'm really excited about that one. That one's great. Got another legendary 1-star Genzin. Actually don't have Genzin. YST will not be happy with me about that one. He loves a Genzin over there. What else have we got going on then? So far, pretty successful. I'm feeling good about this. We got another mythical. It's another 4-star Siegfried. I've got 5 Siegfried souls, but I don't have a Siegfried to go with it. What is wrong with this game, honestly? Getting mythical champions is still probably the hardest thing to do in Raid Shadow Legends. Probably the hardest thing. What else are we going to get here? Whisper. I've got 2 6-star Whispers. I don't really need another one, but, you know, when there's 2, there should be 3. 2-star Hefrak. Actually don't have a Hefrak either, which is surprising. We need to clear some storage, then we've got 10 more to do. So we're just going to clear a little bit more storage, and then we're going to go again. Okay, we've cleared it. We got 1, and then we're going to do 10 more to finish it off. Let's see what we get. There's an epic here. It's a Stag Knight. Okay, 10 more. The final 10 pull. What are we going to get? Let's see. Let's see what we get. There's a legendary. It's a 1-star Narcissus. I already have a 1-star. That was it's exciting. We've hit 2 wishlist legendaries. That's pretty good. 6-star Shamael. Wow, that's huge. That's huge. And we finish up with a 2-star Kaja. 6-star Shamael. That is massive. Shamael is still one of the best Hydra champions. He's still the most reliable way to deal with the Torment Head. So absolutely a huge, huge gain. Awesome. Well, let's have a look to see what we're going to improve here. So first things first, Legate Teox. Instantly huge improvement. That is going to give us 750 attack. 750 attack. That is a massive increase. That has just lifted him to nearly 9,000 attack. That's a big amount. You know, it's 10% more damage effectively. It's a huge amount. We've also got a 3-star Black Knight. We didn't have a Black Knight soul before, so that's a great improvement for someone I do still use in the odd niche situation like Koldath and certain other places. He's also one of the best healers in the game because he has a two-turn increased defense and continuous heal on his A2. So it's actually quite a very good healing. Now we've got 3 Shamaels. Which one is going to receive the 6-star? I need to check which one we're actually using across the board. One of them is being used. I think it is this one that we're going to do, the one with the sword. So he becomes our 6-star Shamael. It's a big deal. that is a big deal. We'll have to review his blessing changes in a later video when we look at our Hydra teams. We also have a 3-star upgrade, so we're slowly getting there. You might be wondering why I've got 3 Shamaels. Well, if I ever need to run 3 different teams with 3 different Shamaels, we can do so. This was back in the day when Shamael was near enough the only answer to the problems. We have a little bit of an upgrade for Kaja the Rye, which is okay. Attack's not great. I don't really use her an awful lot, but she is still a pretty cool champion. We do have a little upgrade for a Cold Heart here as well. So we're upgrading quite a few champions. 4 stars a big upgrade for a lot of damage dealers because you get a huge amount of crit damage. Not so much on a rare, but it's still a pretty good damage upgrade in all reality. And those are the kind of the upgrades that we've got. But like I said, I've got so many Siegfried souls, we can line them up and knock them down like dominoes at this point. Same as Gizmak. It's at some point I should probably just sell some of these. I mean, I'm not going to pull 4 Siegfrieds, so I should probably just sell one of them. But hey, they're not harming anyone by sitting there for right now. But it does mean I've got a nice little stockpile of things. We don't need the Narcissus because we already have the Narcissus, so that's really not going to help us. We already have a 3-star Genzen. We won't need to have more than 1. I will keep legendary souls for champions that you might build twice. Kaimar's, Newt's, Grisors potentially because it's enemy max HP. I keep the 2 stars for those. And I also keep the duplicates just in case you might need it in the future. But other ones I get rid of. There's no point keeping hold of souls if you've already got the same equal one. Mythicals are only different because it's just mythicals, right? It feels bad. Every time I look at it, it makes me feel like I hate the mythical system. I don't really need another 1-star with those because I've already got those. So that's great. So how much did we get in this soul chase tournament from this? We did get a 6-star soul, which that adds a big value. 6-star. Epic 300, but it is the legendary mythicals you're looking for. If you get a 5-star plus, it's a lot of points. We did manage to get ourselves up to this. We'll probably like pull an extra soulstone here or there to get the barrel, but I'm pretty happy with that. I can't complain. That's pretty good. So there you go. That is the soulstones. Like I said at the start of the video, I don't think it's bait to pull these mortal soulstones. I think this is actually the best time to pull them if you want souls. It's going to give you the biggest payoff that you could possibly get. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Are you going to be saving for the Freya Deck of Fate event, or are you just going to do exactly my strategy here that I'm recommending, which is pull your Mortal Soulstones? And let me know if you do, what do you get from your Mortal Soulstone? Did you get any meaningful upgrades? I'm pretty happy. I've got a Teox upgrade. That's more than I could have hoped for out of 91 souls, so that is pretty good going. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next video.